Hello everybody and welcome back to the Sea Hag Plays Pikmin. We are now on part 10, and just as a reminder, it does not line up with the days because I did take a tutorial day, a farming day in the impact site, which I didn't feel would be super relevant because I've already been back there to get a second part. However, now I do have to go back, and I think at this point new creatures have spawned. So we're going to check out farms and stuff, because what you missed on the last episode was that so many Pikmin died. I had back-to-back days where I lost a huge wave of blue and a huge wave of yellow Pikmin. So I'm going to head back here because in these lovely clams in this region, they have these pearls, and the pearls equal 50 new Pikmin when you get back to it. So now I'm going to head back there, check out the impact site, and just farm these pearls for my blue and yellow Pikmin. The only thing that we might encounter that could be problematic is the fact that there is a, I don't know what to call it, amoeba. I was going to say amoeba. Oh, excuse me. Those were two very explosive sneezes. Pardon me. That disoriented me. There's a mini-boss that might have spawned. There's actually two. One is a golem type character who he basically beats your Pikmin into mush. There's no other way to say it, really. He gives them a good smack. I guess plants them, technically, by beating on their heads. And then they lose their flowers. So you actually, even though it doesn't, like, kill your Pikmin... oh, shit. Alright, this is the amoeba. And I don't remember if it's a pearl or not, but long story short, the blue Pikmin do not give a flying fart about the amoeba, because it is basically an intelligent blob of water. So they will never drown, and essentially what you do is it literally just takes a while because blue Pikmin are not very strong. But essentially they just smack the shit out of it till it dies. Oh, I only dropped 2. Do I just have a weird proportion of Pikmin with me today? Or on this day, I might. Now, I don't know how that happened, but okay. So, unfortunately, the one bad thing about that is even though there is a shiny little ball, it does not give us another pearl. So we really don't want to touch that right now. The last stuff that we want to do will be all of these little pellets and etc, 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 because these are far more an important resource, these pearls. The only problem is these clams are the worst. Soon as one hits the clam's tongue, understandably so, it opens higher and then slams shut. So the key to this little thing is to time it so that your Pikmin are doing damage, but you're not dying. There's two really ways to do this, in case you missed my previous strategy in the previous video for it. You can either throw the Pikmin on the, I was going to say roof of the clam, but on the top shell of the clam, and then they'll fall onto the pearl sack when the clam opens. That involves a little bit more timing, tricky timing and angling. Or you can just throw it as soon as it's open, and as you can see, sometimes that just really doesn't work out. Though for some reason, when I did it last time, there was one clam that I was able to basically in one go annihilate. I don't know what that... okay, so we ate one. So actually, here's a really good opportunity to show you the strategy, because when a clam eats the Pikmin, that happens. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna give most to the blue Pikmin. Actually, I'm gonna give that one to the yellows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to give this one to the yellows because I am going to do 2 for the blues because they were the ones most severely impacted by the unfortunate deaths that befell us on the last level. So I'm going to be doing 2 for blue, 1 for yellow, and then depending on where the numbers sit, I might even throw some pellets at my red Pikmin, because this should give me about 150 yellows. from that one, like total. Oh no! Well, I just lost some. So as you can see, my numbers just went flying up because the yellows just got back to base. I'm even considering giving... No, actually yellows are less important than blues. Blues are going to be most important in this last level before the boss level, because in the last level there's a crap ton of water hazards and water-based puzzles, and it just makes a... Oh, they're going to die. That's fine. It just makes a heck of a lot more sense to get as many blues as possible, because I really do want a... Maybe not on day 1, but on day 2 of this second last level, blues are kind of a priority because it's very wet, very lots of aquatic. Oh, what? You don't go on the shell. I whistled for you off the side, you dummies. Oh, they're so silly. The only problem I have with this game is throwing... Oh, fuck. Well, yeah, none of that went how I wanted it to. But that is okay. Alright, so we got one pearl back, few things to pick. Second pearl going back. For them, how many yellows do I have? I have 24. This kind of works out, so I can grab their 20 up here. And that will give us a few more yellows for a day. Oh, and I got one last yellow. There we go. Now, this might seem like an obscene amount of Pikmin, and to be quite frank, you're correct. I am a Pikmin player who really values having more Pikmin than not, especially when going into the last couple levels, because there's a lot of potential for deaths, and as you can see if you've been a follower of the series so far, unfortunately I have lost quite a few Pikmin in my journey through this land. I don't like that. I genuinely normally don't lose as many Pikmin as I have, but I've just made some silly mistakes, which is totally okay. And it's really funny because the other run I did not too long ago, just for fun, this is for obviously for the Twitch and the YouTubes, so it's a little different, but the run I did before, I lost almost none. Like, legitimately very minimal Pikmin, so I'm kind of sad now that I have lost so many. But I digress. That is okay. I'm just throwing these Pikmin back inside because I want to get a better gauge for where the numbers lie. So because of today, I just got a crap ton of blue, which again is super important for this second last level. So I think my best bet to put me in the most secure spot I can be right now is to sweep through with the reds, or with the yellows, sorry, and grab the 10s up on this rock. That should bring me close to 200 yellows, which then I will jump onto reds and just do one last final kind of sweep of things. If there's anything left. There might not be, because I think I'm going to have done a... Actually, I need you to fight that. I will have to go up and direct them in a moment. Okay, let's throw that there. And we are going to jump up. So yeah, I'm going to use these yellow Pikmin to just do a sweep of up here that should get me at or beyond, actually should get me beyond 200 yellow Pikmin, which puts my yellow Pikmin in a great spot. Like I said, I really want to make sure that I have a lot of Pikmin going into these last two levels, both the last level, the last main level and the boss level, especially the boss level. Pikmin does this wonderful thing of having one boss at the end that is stupidly difficult, And what makes me kind of sad about it is they reintroduced that character in the second game, as a boss, and it really is a shadow of its former self, because you can actually take it out quite quickly. Where, as somebody who, even though this playthrough doesn't show how good of a Pikmin player I am, even though somebody who's super familiar with, even somebody who's super familiar with the series and how the game is set up, I have a lot of difficulty in the last boss level, unfortunately. It is still a fun level. It is probably, though, the most pointless level in my opinion, because it is one of those pieces that you don't actually need. It's just an aesthetic piece. It is a sentimental piece if you care about the story of Pikmin. It's kind of a sweet thing, a memory of home type thing. I won't give you too many spoilers other than you really don't need to use it. Come on, flower up. Go. So yeah, in the final level, you really don't need the piece. So wait, where am I missing? There you are. You really don't need a piece. However, it does, again, sentimental story purposes, it's worth getting. But if you are somebody who perhaps isn't so good at these kind of games or is a little lost, don't worry about it too much. If for whatever reason on your first playthrough you don't actually get to that last level, it is not a big deal, because you can just leave. And the level itself is actually quite difficult. You will lose a lot of Pikmin, so I always just kind of am like, this is stupid. So like I said, we are just cleaning up the extra pellets. I have the day. I might as well use it to top up my reds. I've said before, these are my soldier Pikmin. These are your strongest Pikmin in game, in this game specifically, and they are just worth having in abundance, because if you really want to tear through a boss quickly, this is the way to go, unless it's a specialized boss that requires yellow or blue Pikmin. So after I get these last couple buds here, I know I left some fivers up on the platform, but it's just not worth coordinating the Pikmin to go up there. That cardboard box is not a really good platform to bring up a squad, unfortunately. So the last thing I'm going to do today is I'm going to try to make use of all this obscene amount of nectar that we have just sitting here. Where am I looking? Okay, all here. And because I've just planted, sprouted so many Pikmin of the blue and yellow variety, and because I know blue is going to be the priority next map, first thing I want to do is make sure that I have as many flowered blue Pikmin as possible. It does make them faster and stronger. Not as much as the reds again, but still good. So my technique again for getting the nectar, which is so much easier in this game than the Wii remake, is you use your C stick on the GameCube controller to bunch them together, and then you use that to coordinate them over the nectar. Now keep in mind something that just happened with me, is Pikmin are greedy bastards. They are very, 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 very greedy Pikmin. So as you can see, a couple of them grabbed onto it first, and if for whatever reason there's a delay in getting the rest of the Pikmin on it, one Pikmin will suck up the whole blob. So you really do have to move them quickly as a unit. I did end the day a little early because it was just a farming day and there are no parts to get here. So off we go to the next day. Thank you so much for watching. Please ignore the fact that so many of my Pikmin died to clams. This has been, I believe, part 10 of our Sea Hag Plays Pikmin series. Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you have any ideas what kind of games you would like to see in Sea Hag Plays. I am prioritizing because I have the most of them. Excuse me. I am prioritizing. I don't know what I'm. Oh yeah. I don't know what I was going to say. So this is what's called a brain fart, folks. We're all human. We all have them. I lost 32 to those clams. Shit. That's sad. But I somehow ended with equal amounts of Pikmin in both red and yellow, so that's kind of fun. Oh yes, leave a comment down below if you have any idea what you would like me to play next. I do prioritize Nintendo games because I have the most of them, most games through N64 to now. So if there's anything in particular, please comment and let me know. Have a lovely day.